So I am currently learning AJAX, and I learned that how it works is there are 4 steps. You first create an XML HTTP request object, and then you create a callback function. Then open a request, and finally send your request. So my first example is creating the object. You would assign a variable, and it can be any name you want, equals new XML HTTP request, and with the parentheses. And for every request, you need to use a new variable. So you would create a new XHR object. So XHR is XML HTTP request object. Then you would create the callback function. Okay. So AJAX comes with its own set of events. The most important one is the on-ready state change event. And it's triggered whenever there is a change in AJAX request, like opening a new request, sending, or receiving a response. We create our callback to respond to that request. So we would use our variable name and access this with the dot syntax access on ready state change. And for this, we're equals this function. And it's a conditional statement. So we're checking to see if the ready state equals 4. There's 4 states, 0 through 4, but the most important one is 4, which means everything has happened and the server is ready to send back our information. You can also, if you want to, check the status of the page. 200 means that it's okay, and that's what you're looking for, so to make sure you don't have any errors. So a 404 would be that there's file is not found or something like that, but you're looking for 200. So in this case, I am accessing a div called AJAX in my inner HTML, and I'm using any name, which is my variable, dot response text. So response text is a property of the XML HTTP request object, so that everything that the server is sending back is stored in response text, and so we're putting it in this variable. Okay, and then we would open a request, which means we give the function a method that you're going to use, either get or post, and there are other methods, but I've only learned get and post. So get requests info, and post sends info to a database or something like that. So you would use your variable any name dot open, and then I'm saying get, and asking it to look in this URL, the sidebar.html. And you could also add, optionally, you can add true, which means you're using the asynchronous part of AJAX, and so that it's updating this without having to update the entire page, without having to reload the entire page. And then finally, you would send your request. Okay, so in this case, we're requesting a bunch of HTML, so we're not providing any information in send. But if you need to submit information to the server, you could pass the information in the send method. So you would type your username dot send and the parentheses. And let me show you what this does, an example of what this does. So if I refresh that, I don't have that. My function was requesting information from a HTML file on movies, say. Then I would hit request, and it would pull this UL, this unordered list, into my website. So that's all I've got. Thanks.